The Liberal UK just came out today moments ago, and you had them ruling on the definition of female. And basically what they said was a woman that was born. A woman is a woman, okay? And that's not disputable. It's really sort of crazy how they try and gaslight you, okay? You get all the female parts, but you're not really a female. I'm thinking about that apple emoji. The pregnant male, give me a break, all right? Anyway, this is what they said there at the court in the UK, basically. They were trying to come to terms with the word woman and how you would define a woman. Haha. Basically, do those terms refer to biological woman or biological sex? And as a woman to be interpreted as extending to a trans woman with a gender recognition certificate. And what they said was, by that I mean a person born male, who now possesses a gender recognition certificate, amending her gender to female. And sex to be interpreted as, including what I will refer to as a certification sex. The unanimous decision, this is the important part. Okay? The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2 or 10 refer to drumroll. Please boom, a biological woman and a biological sex. Okay, why must they complicate it? I'll tell you, if they were smart, they wouldn't, Who knows this one? James Carville, who just told all those crazy progressives to take their pronouns and shove. It can work together on pronoun politics. He said we cannot, I think that you're not. This election did not teach you how damaging that is. I don't think there's anything that I can tell you, and you say, this guy is stuck in another century, not another decade, and he represents nothing to do with the future of our movement. I can accept that you're not really going to hurt my feelings. So maybe we could have a kind of amicable split here, and we'll go to post in 2026 because they never run against a Republican. Okay, all they do is run against other Democrats. I don't quite understand why you're so anxious to have the word Democrat in the description of what you do, but maybe we can have a amicable split here, and you go your way and we go our way, and after the election we come together and see how much common ground we can find. Yeah, well, good luck, because AOC increasingly seems to be the leader of that party. And you guys, I get it, the Democrats are up a creek without a paddle because they're splintering their own party. Get the AOC nut jobs who are okay, pronounce city. And then you have people that may have been embraced a bit by the MAGA movement because you think of sort of blue-collar workers that were sort of the lifeblood of the Democrat Party, and they migrated over to Donald Trump because they wanted somebody who's going to look out for the American economy. I mean, we've been dealing with crazy inflation, this, that, and the other. And yet this woman is the one who's so many Democrats. I say it's good. You know what? It's good. Let them do this all day long. Because if that's all you have to fight up against, you're in a good place if you're part of the MAGA camp. Because this woman represents absolutely the opposite. And yet she's making money, hand over fist in her political war chest. So you gotta wonder, what are her ultimate opportunities? What is her real destiny? You've got a new poll out that says most Democrats see her as the head of the party. Even though, this congressman doesn't. And so, who would you say is the leader of the Democratic Party right now? Well, the leader in the House of Representatives is Hakeem Jeffries, and he will be the next Speaker of the House he's earned. He is the voice, though, of the Democratic Party. Is that who the Democrats should be? Rallying around, pushing forward. That's who should be driving the message. Well, I think we've got a whole new generation of talent, people who are speaking out on economic issues. I gave a speech in Cleveland on economic patriotism, our vision of how we're going to bring prosperity and manufacturing back around the country, But the most urgent issue is to stand up against the attacks, on the rule of law, on the Constitution, on universities, and then to make sure that we elect Hakeem Jeffries Speaker of the House. So we have one check on Donald Trump's unconstitutional actions. Do you think in terms of just political strategy? Obviously, you all have a lot of priorities. I hear you about what you're trying to do. But in terms of political strategy, is that step one, getting the House back in the midterms? I think step one is to stand up for the Constitution. We have people in this country who are getting knocks on doors from police, who are not getting due process, some of them deported to an El Salvador prison, where they're potentially being tortured, and that needs to stop. You have the Supreme Court 9-0 saying that this is unconstitutional, that the Trump administration needs to facilitate the return. This is a huge crisis. I think every Democrat, I'm sorry, forgive me. I mean, you just said it yourself. Mo, you just said it. They said 9 for rien. I mean, this is not even debatable. And you got some liberals on there too. That he does have the authority and ability to do this. Because, like I said, the federal government has all the power, right? We've been talking about Alina Habba going after the New Jersey governor. I mean, she's like, look, we're not having it, but here's the warning for you, buddy. You cannot stand in the way of the federal government. When it comes to these deportations, this is the federal government's job. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has ordered local police in the state to stop cooperating with immigration officials. And now we did reach out to the governor's office for comment, but shockingly, we've yet to hear back now. The U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey, Alina Habba, is here with more. Is that true? Do you have proof of that? Have you heard that to be true? Let me give you a very brief summary of what we do know. We know that the governor has on his website currently dos and don'ts for his local state of law enforcement. Those dos and don'ts instruct them not to cooperate with illegal immigrants who have administrative warrants that have been issued by the court after due process, saying that they are no longer welcome here. They have gone through the court system. They are to be deported. It is instructing them to go against our federal rules, our executive orders. And I am unfortunately going to announce on your show tonight, Sean and I want it to be a warning for everybody that I have instructed my office today to open an investigation into Governor Murphy, to open an investigation into Attorney General Platkin, who has also instructed the state police not to assist any of our federal. And they list our federal agencies that are under my direction. The FBI, the DEA, all these individuals that are trying to clean up our streets in New Jersey, not to cooperate, that will no longer stand. I don't get it. Like, how can you even say that? We're not going to cooperate with federal law enforcement because we have our own rules here in our own little state. Well, you know what? You belong to the United States of America, okay? Like, this is one unit. We're one economic and political unit. And when it comes to the border, I don't know how many times I have to say this, like, it's sort of mind-blowing to me that they're making this their issue when it comes to the border of the federal government has the responsibility and the power, which is exactly why Governor Abbott down in Texas, when he wanted the wall to go back up, and Biden's like, no, we're getting rid of the wall. He had not a leg to stand on because the federal government had the power to tear down that wall. As crazy as it sounded, I mean, I was like, Texas, I'm with you. You want to get the heck out of there. Like you might want to. I could see the succession happening because they were so frustrated. Well, if you're New Jersey, it's a little harder. If you're New York, it's a little harder. You know, I mean, unless maybe you want to join Canada, huh? Maine could join Canada. What do you think, guys? I think they'd be perfect for Canada. You know, I like Maine. It's a beautiful state, but they may have more in common with Canada at this point. This is so silly. It really is like they're making something out of something that they shouldn't be making anything out of, because it used to be that there was a place and time. We could all agree on this stuff. And now they have just driven this wedge. Because it's about one thing and one thing only, right? We hate Trump. That's it. They hate Donald Trump, no matter what.